Hi, hello, welcome to the 1111 Divine Lovers. It was brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the Divine Partnership. That's going to be the soulmate and twin flame connection. The channel's already coming in. I'm just getting a lot right now. Yeah, I'm getting a lot. So there's been some energy around this connection that's already been coming through. The channel's already here. It feels like a few of us are going to start the process of coming into union. That's what I'm getting so far, and we haven't even gotten. We barely even have. We have like 33% of the energy out, and already I can tell like we're gonna be in some kind of union soon. Some of us are starting. Okay, yeah, it's true. Tokens of affection are a message that makes us really happy. So we start off with feeling a little bit left out or having to change because or having to make changes because there's some kind of, I'll be honest, this starts off with feeling happy but needing to make some changes and knowing that it's going to be like a good with a bad situation, at least temporarily, is what I'm getting. We do, yeah, so it starts out kind of bad. I just heard the word raunchy, and it's not always, like a sex oriented raunchy. Something's kind of gross or upsetting or, yeah, okay, so it's true. There is something gross here. There's projection, and I don't know where this projection is coming from because whatever the projection that I'm picking up is a spiritual kind of interference. So with this interference, we do move forward. The conflict is that on one side, the feminine energy or the receptive energy or the introverted energy here is the introverted energy here is second guessing. There might be conflicted, conscripted. There might be some kind of rule regulation here. There could be a little bit of binding as well. I'm picking up on third-party interference already, but it's not out yet. I'm not seeing it. We do have the spirit of Leviathan. So Diavolo here, the baneful brigado, there's an evil combination here. The moon and the devil typically talk about the darkness, chaos. It talks about primordial energy. It talks about the Leviathan spirit, or like that, that kind of battle between good and evil, or battle between light and dark specifically. And it does get called out, or it does come to a head. It creates an awakening. And honestly, it feels like on the feminine side, or the receptive energy here, that sitting with this causes like a rising up, a level up, instead of staying in that low vibrational, miserly, embittered kind of, even though there's a loss here, nobody's becoming a loser, meaning quitting on themselves. They're not staying lame. They're using these experiences to grow through. Okay. But there is some kind of rule, regulation, restriction because of a hierarchy or authority or an executive decision. Something's ruled, regulated, restrained, restricted, wrangled down, wrestled down even. I don't know where this wrestled down is coming from. I'm getting Leo rising energy, which doesn't always mean that it's a Leo rising energy, because something here is ancient. Okay, the nails, dear. Thank you. Something here is also protected. Are you getting up? Okay. Excuse me. Something here is also protected. I'm discerning. Well, we have a double five. Let's check on that, because that means depletion, debilitation. Yeah, it feels like there's a masculine energy that can't take a lot of moves right now. This is the Emperor. There's a masculine energy that can't make a lot of moves because of something in community. It could also be place of origin. There might also be a little bit. Yeah, and then there's a double eight. We have an eight of swords here as well. So there's some kind of energy projected or manipulation that's been going on a long time, and it might be both parties. It feels like the other side has been under some type of long-term energy projection. We were under the same thing, maybe from the same source, if it's people know about this possible connection, if people external to the connection know. And we've mastered this energy, but this other side, this person that we're connected, they're coming up against it. So when you're a light being, you have to understand that you're going to attract many. It's like a moth to a flame. There's many moths going to come around, try to eat at the fabric of your life, try to find some loose thread, try to unravel, maybe intentionally or otherwise. Not all evil is intentional evil. Sometimes it's accidental. Sometimes the road to hell is paved with good intention. And it requires being guided by sight, not by faith. Having something that you believe in, whether it's God or not, it's bigger than yourself, greater than yourself, loving, caring, and kind. Okay. It's spiraling upwards into unity and unconditional love versus downwards into separation, debilitation, misery, embitterment, because then the next step is sinister and wickedness. When you make excuses or when you opt into evil, because it's saying here that we are, or excuse me, the external side is, or masculine energy usually, but the extroverted energy is desiring to take a stand. And the conundrum here is that there's some type of material blessing or the grant for growth of material blessings, but there's also this delay or confusion or blockage or an arraignment, it feels, with the judgment card and the eight of swords. Something great is coming, but there's some deep fear, there's some hidden primordial energy here. There's some fears that need to be overcome, and it's going to be overcome through love. Things need to be cleared up and cleaned away. something's being overcome here, and it's not yet prevalent, present, or whatever this is. What is this energy of being blocked? We also have to talk about this Eight of Swords a bit more, because the devil's not far behind, unfortunately. There is a little bit of a vindictive person, Queen of Swords, with the double. It can just be there's somebody here with karma, but I don't feel that. There's a vindictive person because it's clear as day that there's a connection here. Maybe not to the people in the connection, maybe not to us and this other person. We have a double five. So I don't know what I just did. Okay, something just shifted here. Yeah, so there's a hierarchy, rule, regulation, restriction, because somebody here is in a position of power or authority, or or said differently, it can't be the same, but and or is going by the book, policy, procedure, protocol. That makes sense. Okay, but as I was suspecting, there is some kind of switcheroony coming. The table is going to turn, or something's going to turn itself around, and it is a timing indicator with this moon. And I keep skipping over what's right here on the table, so that's relevant for some reason. Yeah, because hiding in there was the Empress. The Emperor came out, and what's going to come last online is the Empress. So, okay, I don't know what's going on here. I keep skipping what's right in front of us. Let me stop. This is a subtle message, and I want to really thoroughly catch on. So we got the message back, but where's this Five of Cups? So I feel, want to kind of get moving or want things to move a little bit faster, but for some reason it's a little bit slower, delayed, or whatever, or what have you. As I said, we start this cycle off with feeling like there's good with the bad, or feeling left out, or feeling a little bit depleted, or maybe feeling cut out, like a lack of access. And the sacrifice to make is for the masculine energy, or said differently, the extroverted energy, to kind of take a stand. And they are desiring to do that, so it'll take care of itself. If there is some kind of depletion, debilitation, especially like financial means, that'll shift. Also, there might be some stinking thinking that'll shift as well. Now, there also could be some being bound down. We have two indicators of that. That's in the past, and it's going to shift. Now, for the introverted energy, also known as the feminine, assigned, identified, or maybe not even, but the binding is a second guessing. There's a fear here. There's a fear. I'm being instructed to take the truth here. I don't understand what's going on, but we just had a reaction. The Lord is here. God keeps coming through like a blessing from the divine. And also, the Lord is happy that we spent a little time alone, separated, a double nine. I don't understand what's going on. And normally, when there's a message from the divine, I like to get all the metadata on that, because I don't want to speak for the Lord. Sky Daddy can speak for themselves. So it keeps being reiterated to me that whatever's going on is positive. It just doesn't have the best beginning. It doesn't have a good, like this for me, it seems unpleasant. But the sacrifice to make is for the introverted energy, also known as the feminine, to have some kind of despair, disappointment, be grieved, remorseful, regretting even, but they're more like mourning something. And that's how we used to be, but we were feeling a little bit left out, really, or said differently, this other side, if we are the feminine, this other side was feeling left out, actually. but I took that as changes are being made because the fives are lessened when there's a night because there's action being taken, and fives there's going to be a loss without action being taken, or it could be a failed result of some kind. And the Fatima. This is by Alana Fairchild, the Rumi Oracle. And I just keep hearing, don't act surprised, I'm feeling good. And that's real. More than ever. Remember me and you. So there's some kind of having to go back and have faith about a previous lifetime or earlier part in life. The message is starting to come through. I can never leave you, not for a moment, not for an hour. You are in everything I do. You are my everything. My drink is your sweetness. I move to your command. I am surrendered, prey in your hands. And you are my consuming lion. Your soul and my soul are truly one soul. I swear to our one soul, I long for no one but you. In the garden of your grace, I am only a germinating spout. Oh my gosh, Rumi, Rumi. My goodness, the crown of my blooming is the desire to be in your arms. My hand watches over you. It brings you blessings and comfort, protection and grace. Radiant with divinity am I. And now are my child. Oh, and you are my child, my beloved, my angel, and my body too. I shall never leave you. Turn your inner eye to me and see the light of my grace in your heart. You cannot be harmed. You cannot be defiled. You can only ever be what you are. Me, alive, radiant with love. I feel like that's a message from the divine because what I'm really, truly, genuinely getting, sincerely, this is the hand of Fatima. Fatima is only one of the few women spoken about in the Quran, and also the name Fatima, I think they were a prophet's wife or a prophet's daughter. It's very revered in the Islamic faith. Um, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, Islam, la la la." I disagree. However, um, I'm more of a mystic, so I prefer Sufism. You know, it's the same with Judaism. I was raised Jewish, but I prefer Kabbalah. It's the same with Christianity. I read the Bible, but I prefer Gnosticism. It's the same with Hinduism. I'm very deeply entrenched in the Hindu faith. However, I prefer Sikhism, at least it's a philosophy. Same with Buddhism. I prefer Pali. So just saying that, it's not something to be afraid of because I believe the sacred texts are beautiful, all of them. And yes, they can be interpreted whatever way, just like I'm interpreting these cards. These cards are saying bad things. We have a double five, we have an eight of swords, we have the moon and the devil. That's not a good sign, especially with the knight and the seven of wands. It means there's a need and a desire to defend here. That's how it looks. But what intuition is telling me is like, we are both children of the divine. We are both made in the image of the divine, which everyone is, but there's something about us in this twin connection that's very special. And we're very beloved to the Lord. And we're all both individually having our awakening experiences. And usually if we're chosen, if we're extra special, if we got that sauce, that juice, that thug or that good, if we got that base, right? There's our training is going to be extra hardcore so that when we do get our stars, there's something specific about us in the work that we do. It means the calling in our life requires certain types of anointings, and these anointings normally don't even become activated until we're going through some type of attack. Now, the attack doesn't always mean, fighting and things of that nature. It could mean that we're being ostracized, we're being othered, we're being scapegoated. Oftentimes, it means that somebody's trying to access our energy or steal our gifts. Because the evolving situation is great. Making moves and the giving of love. Yeah, so some changes are being made because this spiritual inheritance on the masculine side is, or the extroverted side, is trying to anchor into the physical. Some changes needed to be made. There was a seed planted that was a promise to grow. The masculine or the extroverted energy needed to step into God duties and obligations, hierophant. They also needed to formalize their life, go by the book, live as a godly individual. And it needed to be clear. It's something that needed to be recognizable. You know, the truth is great, but we can trust the truth when we can verify. Trust but verify kind of deal. And it feels like on our side or the feminine side or whatever, something had to kind of make itself known. It wasn't going to sit there. Sometimes it's not about what you say, it's about what you do. And when I have conflicts with people, I tell them very, very soon, this is what's wrong. This is what I don't like. I'm upset. I don't want to work it out. I don't need a reconciliation or whatever. Don't be sorry. Be better. You know, if you make changes or whatever, it's not going to come from what you say. It's not going to come from your mouth. Whatever comes out of your mouth is not going to make me feel better. Right. You know, don't be sorry. Be better. If you want to be sorry, make a living amends. Change your life. Change your ways. Okay, maybe that's not the case here, but what I'm saying is there's an element of that because there needs to be some kind of, it needs to speak for itself. And I don't know what that is. It might just be the feelings need to kind of announce themselves or give themselves a name, introduce themselves because the feelings are present. There's this defensiveness as well. There might be rigidity and boundaries with the Seven of Wands and the Hierophant. Somebody's of a high calling or high position, or there's a divine mission or a calling on their life. And not a lot the sacrifice to make is for them to stand on that mountain. And for the feminine, it's for, or the introverted energy, it's for BS to fade away. Allow disappointment, allow remorse, allow not shame or guilt, but allow remorse, regret, mourning, grief, disappointment. Allow the bubble to be burst. Allow there to be some cleansing, purification for things to fall away. I normally wouldn't say cleansing, but whenever you have the death card, similar with the world card or the judgment card, the Saturn energy, it's like flushing things out or away. And that's what I'm getting here. We're moving, there's gonna be some kind of long-term emotional commitment that leads to like a legacy kind of relationship, a destined kingdom spouse relationship. The evolving situation is to make changes though. There's gonna be some changes about what we're gonna kind of tolerate. So yeah, now we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So that's a bona fide commitment. The Queen of Cups is the perpetual beloved. The King of Pentacles is that bona fide commitment. And we have growth and increase. Go forward and multiply. The Empress came out with the Ten of Pentacles, Three of Cups. That literally means go forward and multiply. This doesn't start out like a wildfire because there's boundaries here. The boundary setting actually creates the beginning of the connection. I personally can understand that, but I treat my relationships like a business deal, like a matchmaking kind of deal. So that's like a cultural thing. It's not for everybody. A lot of people do love marriages and they want to get swept up in the feelings. Oh, miss me with all of that. I mean, I can do a little bit. I can dip my toe in that pond, but it's not where I'm going to do my fishing. I'm detecting that energy. It's different strokes for different folks. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm feeling like we got this with this channel going. Let's get in here. I can detect a connection is coming. All right, it's a little bit paused. The pause button And it's one of those indefinite holds. However, it's because there's a timing. There needs to be also a little bit more of a flow between, because we are also needing a clear old and new. There's a demarcation. But we're wanting to work on things here, or at least the masculine, because they're wanting to build, period. And the extroverted energy here, probably also known as the masculine, is very hopeful with the star card, and then came out. So there's a caveat here for the students watching, because you know the combination for the twin flame, we don't want the devil to come out before the hangman. There is an exception here. I'm curious where the Fool card is, because we had some pentacles. So it was saying that somebody was probably in Aries rising. We have Aries right now. It was also saying that somebody probably had their a Capricorn North Node or a Mercury in Capricorn. Because on our end, it's going to be a shock. There's going to be some kind of revelation that really puts us on one. It would appear that the extroverted side is wanting to work on things. And now we have a double 8. So why don't we check on this pair of 8? Oh, Two of Wands. It's another firewall card. We're at a crossroads of some kind. It's going to shock us. Whatever comes through is going to shock us. Because there was ulterior ambitions. There was hidden ambitions with the King of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Either the ambitions were hidden from us, which I wouldn't say, but the High Priestess is here, which is the counterpart to the Moon. There was some kind of hidden ambition, because, or otherwise the action is either minimal effort or fake effort or something of that nature, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting that somebody has been with their feelings this whole time, and we're just finding out about them, and that those feelings were withheld for whatever reason, and it's true. Now, there could be a Judas Jonas or Jezebel here, Seven of Swords with this Page of Swords. I'm getting that they were working against us by not telling us about their feelings. Let's have a look, see. Yeah, something's going to be called out and revealed. There's going to be an awakening, and the awakening is that we're getting chosen, that our destiny is here. And there was some delay in it. It was triangulated because of terms and conditions within the community. Okay. So as we prepare to move forward with this Chariot here, there's a need to take a stand of some kind. There's action going to be taken for certain with the King of Pentacles, with the Chariot, with the Emperor. This is setting up system structures, foundations. There's also some kind of coming into alignment here. There's some kind of trigger being activated, because things are either coming together or being worked on. And on the introverted side, perhaps the feminine, it is a shocking revelation. there's no, something might knock over or happen that helps us deal with this disappointment here, or need to make emotional changes or need to make changes to our relationships and our community. Whatever this loss after, whatever this gain after a loss, that might be this incident coming. Normally the Tower with the Five of Cups would talk about a breakup that was shocking. However, the Emperor is out with the Chariot. That actually means we're preparing for. That means if there is some kind of lodge or where somebody lobs an attack, that we survive it. The Chariot with the Tower card always means surviving the war, like surviving an attack. Walking away from the accident completely unscathed while the car is completely totaled or something like that, or the building's burnt out or whatever. We walk out without a scratch kind of energy. The Chariot, that's the Chariot and the Tower. Yeah, because on the other side, there's a new beginning. Whoever we're dealing with, there's some kind of new beginning, and the cards keep flying out. There is this gift being granted, Six of Wands. We're being chosen for something, and it's divinely inspired. And it's because of some kind of high ground we've been standing on. We've been inaccessible, unapproachable, or they have been inaccessible, unapproachable. They might come down halfway down the mountain to help give us a leg up to join them at the top or something. That is what I'm getting, to be honest. We're going to join somebody in some kind of position, or they're going to include us into something, perhaps even the truth. Because something's finally over. There's a combination of a difficult cycle, probably an ordeal, with this Ten of Swords here, and the Princess of Swords comes back. That's the Page of Swords, Infante, the spot over here. It's a delayed message, but also they've been collecting information, or how they've been collecting information made them act or move in a certain way, and we wouldn't agree with it. It would appear to us, maybe in our knowledge, in our opinion, or maybe just according to our standards, it would appear that kind of way of moving is like it's sideways or sneaky or whatever. It might be that they're new, or that was the best they could do, or that's how that they at that time would handle up on things. I don't know if that's the thing that continues, and we should move on from the clarification here. I want to find out what happens. Somebody might have their Mercury in Cancer, by the way. Sometimes on my own, I feel sadly. Girl, I need you badly. It's true. Yeah. Let me get this moment with you. Yeah. There's this whimsical nature here where somebody's kind of wanting or needing the connection or craving, and it's like it's the connection. It's not like a lascivious thing. Something is not over if we think it ended, or something is trying to wrap itself up, or something might come back around, or yeah, because something there's something that's a birthright and a destiny here, and it's coming back very quickly. There's a need to assert themselves. We have the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Excuse me. Well, there we go. There might have been a bit of bad luck, or destiny might have been delayed, postponed. That could be what this Five of Cups is, that something was supposed to happen. We had some kind of expectation. We were having some kind of connection, and it didn't go much of anywhere, and we're disappointed. But it disappears to be over. It appears to be dissipated. Really, in truth, it's there. It's actually going to restart very, very strongly. And that's what the World card in reverse is saying. If there should have been achievement, and it's still delayed. It was hung up, caught up. Seven of Swords. There's something here that's cunning, baffling, strategy, truth, or it might have been deceptive. And it's love. It just keeps coming back. I'm starting to feel like a broken record. And I'm looking at the clock, it's 11:11. So let's continue here. So there is some kind of successful victory, successful journey, successful movement. It's coming out on the feminine side. There's a skill, a trade, maybe even a conversation happening, because there is information that on the external side or the masculine side, if a conversation happens, there's a lot to be revealed. It's more along the lines of like the external energy here, opposite us. They've gotten to the bottom of something. They might have even decided to withdraw or to get more spiritual, or they found inner wisdom, or they discovered more things about themselves. The way that this is working is they're actually working on themselves, and it's working on themselves from the inside out with the Eight of Pentacles Hermit card. That could also be Sun in Virgo or Virgo midheaven. We just recently had Mercury in Cancer, and it came out again, so that's confirmed. We also had some Mars in Scorpio, so that's something to think about. What is this Sun energy in Virgo? Yeah, somebody had some self-discovery here. Ten of Swords, that's a revelation. Yeah, that they were fearful of something. Or that or said differently, they learned something from a Capricorn. King of Pentacles with the Devil card means Sun in Capricorn or Capricorn midheaven. There's also a little bit of energy of either Mars or rising in Capricorn with the Knight of Pentacles. And this is about the past coming back to haunt or confront the devil and the Judgment card, because there was love here. Two people were actually soulmates. They had an opportunity for a lifetime connection, a kingdom kind of spouse. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Six of Cups came right back with the Ace of Swords and the Sun card. Yeah, so there's a soul retrieval restoration here with this is a soul retrieval. High Priestess and the Sun card, that's the truth. The way the situation evolves, they swiftly start working on something, and it's a mutual energy. Okay, so the Hangman has come out. Not before the Fool card, though. That's a little bit concerning to me. It just means that the things that we need to work on are not all the way over, and I hope that at each step of the way, we both choose to heal towards each other and not away from each other, because this is already circled back around. I don't foresee something circling back around multiple times. If one of us is really on their divine path already, does that make sense? So if we're not growing together, in fact, we're growing apart. Because again, a lot of the self-work has been on the masculine side. They've discovered things about themselves. They've had some grand revelation. They've taken a time to explore the depths of themselves. They've found inner wisdom. They figured out where they want to put a stand. They found their spiritual strength. On our end, we're just dealing with the things that are delaying or blocking us, and we're disappointed and we're a little bit second guessing. But there's been a lot of activity, there's been a lot of movement, at least energetically. Because something is swiftly approaching, I'm going to tell you. With the Knight of Swords and the Three of Wands, something is swiftly approaching. That's the truth. Something is coming in, and it's a gesture of the heart. Some kind of token of love is going to get things moving significantly with the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. And now we have 3 of the 4 connections. The Empress has come out, the Emperor with the Temperance card. So that's the twin flame. There's going to be a physical. So we've had spiritual union, spiritual contact. Now we're going to have physical union, physical contact. And it might have happened before, but it's coming back around. The end of moderation with the Death card and because the feminine side, which is probably us, the introverted side, might have been doing a lot of fortune telling or soothsaying or things of that nature, divination. The gifts get a little turned off. The intuition isn't working the right way. And it can be because of some kind of second guessing with the Eight of Swords, but that gets resolved when truth comes out. And now we're breaking out, breaking free. The full card has finally come. And it's some type of growth, renewal, vitality, reinvigoration, solution, soul retrieval. So I feel like we felt some kind of way about this connection. Somebody might have had their moon in Scorpio. We felt some kind of way about this connection. There was a truth that we knew that wasn't being shared out loud, wasn't being acknowledged. Because now we have a double ace. And that's a pair of aces means a union, not a partnership, a union. And there's 3 aces on the board, which actually means a bona fide union. We give it a name. We put a label on it. And that comes out with the Sun and the High Priestess. That means the soul retrieval. And this is new healing. Also new spiritual gifts with the High Priestess and the Fool card. If it was the moon, it would be new intuition. And it's with the Page of Pentacles, it's saying we've been prepared to receive some type of material blessing. And then the Page of Wands comes out as a new attraction. We have new adoration from somewhere, or an invitation, and a double 7, meaning there's a plan that might fail. So we've got to work on it now. These 2 particular 7s, Pentacles and the Swords. It means, hey, either if we're not being manipulated, which we're not with the 4 of Swords, if we're not being manipulated, which I don't think we are, then it means, hey, there's some truth cunning strategy, you better execute it or we're going to lose. Something that you've been healing from, 4 of Swords, it was a previous trauma, 3 of Swords. There's an invitation here. A double page means it's like an invitation. Because we were quarantined and now we're healing, and there was a double 9 before. There hasn't been any 9s recently. There's that healing, that previous trauma. It took some body a while to come back towards us, but now they're here. And again, we have Diavolo. So if there's not a lot of Capricorn energy with this person, no, because it's saying the past comes back to confront or to heal with the Il Justicia, that's the judgment. Because behind the judgment is the King of Cups. Somebody's going to come back to handle up on a connection, and they're going to make it something. They're going to give it a label, a name. And there's going to be somebody taking action. And honestly, it's going to happen with, they've already started planning up to 6 weeks ago. There's an Aries moon here as well. But it also said they started planning up to 6 weeks ago because they knew that their path was going to have an opportunity to change. and they're deciding to change the path that they are on to incorporate us. And then the Empress came when I said that with the Hierophant. So that's bang, boo. That's putting a label on a commitment. Unless we have a Taurus moon here. But it isn't, because with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, they would talk about being in a relationship. See, the Pentacles, they want a commitment. But to a very lesser degree, Hierophant with the Queen of Pentacles could mean a Taurus moon. Or, said differently, an Aquarius rising. And the Nine of Swords is back. So that's what's stressful, yo. It was, ugh. And then there's that crossroads we were talking about. They wanted to go down that road. They were not prepared. There was some type of blockage. It was like a firewall. And now they're prepared. And I keep hearing that. Sometimes on my own, I feel sadly, girl, I need you badly. It's true. Let me get this moment with you. Queen of Swords. So we are a little disappointed. And they had to be strategic and tactical, and they were kind of frozen away or withheld for something that they want. There was some kind of austerity. And see, Four of Cups means that a little bit of a back burner, or lukewarm, tepid, placid, maybe even boring, underwhelming, uninteresting. It was like it wasn't as they wanted it, and there was some kind of feelings that they couldn't move on. There was some kind of feelings that they couldn't move on, and it did make them salty. But the truth is coming out soon. And what's beyond that truth is the Ten of Cups, that, yeah, we should be in connection, deep, intimate bond. Oh, okay, I keep hearing the word, I was hearing bonding, partner. It's bonded pairs. It's pair bonding. We're going to be bait up, boot up. We're going to be in a relationship. Kissy, kissy, kissy. Yeah, and ooh, yeah, that was a mic drop of confirmation. Yeah, and there was delays to it. We were separated, and that was painful on both sides. It's a mutual. So that's what the Five of Pentacles was telling me in the beginning, and I knew it. I knew it. Okay, this is making sense to me. Tell me about this triple ace. What's with this triple aces? Oh, Ace of Swords. Yes. Whatever, I got that down. Perfect. Influence card. Yeah, so they're being secretive about the fact that they got feelings. And there is a plan in place that was near failure. Unfortunately, the universe, well, fortunately and unfortunately, the universe did a timeline restoration. That's what that Chariot was telling me. Because when a double seven, and I usually walk away when I see that, and we didn't need to walk away because somebody was just yet to mature. They were buckling under the weight of their fears, or they were under some type of pressure, or they were stuck. They were bonded to something. They were bound in some kind of way with Diavolo, the devil. They were bound in some type of way. I think they were in some type of community structure or like a non-professional business structure, and they needed to honor that for whatever reason, perhaps reputation and esteem. But destiny is quickly approaching. Something's going to solidify. The spiritual side of material affairs is speaking strongly right now. And something's going to balance out. Six of Pentacles is going to be made fair. Yeah, girl, don't worry about a thing. Put your head up on my shoulders. Yeah. Kind of like lean on me or rest on me or rest in me. Yeah, so manifestation, culmination, achievement, accomplishment. Manifestation, culmination, accomplishment. Something's being worked out. They're working on this disappointment. Five of Cups with the Three of Pentacles. There's a brand new beginning here, a big one. I'm seeing two things. There's going to be a very solid commitment to grow together in the future, number one. And number two, there's a ring I'm hearing upwards of a year. And I'm being reminded of some dating principles. I'm from a camp where you pick the side of the coin depending on how you trust and how the connection came together. But like if you're dating for 6 months, you're engaged for 18 months. If you're dating for 18 months, you're engaged for 6 months. It's like 2 years of dating before you move in or before you get married or kind of deal. Um, and so this is saying that within a year, we get a ring on our finger. Like easily within 6 months, we could be engaged. That's kind of soon, but I mean, I understand the dynamics here very well, and there's clarity, decision, and precision here. There's not a lot of wishy-washy anymore. There was for a little while with all those Four of Cups coming back to back to back to back. And I'm sorry, I need to say that. Like, I heard it within 6 months, we could be engaged. Up to within the year, let's say it that way. Oops. Yeah, Six of Cups, engagement. Okay, we've just got to kind of go out on faith here with the hangman. It's very authentic and true. It's not anything nasty. It's so innocent, pure, and it's authentic. The thing I love about the cups, especially the Page of Cups, is they're authentic, they're genuine, they're sincere. Unless it comes out immediately with the Seven of Swords is the only card. Also, the devil can, well, not the Page of Cups. Because the Page of Cups and the devil would mean somebody that's a Cancer, Venus, or a Capricorn rising. Or, yeah. No, it's innocent and it's sincere. Yeah, they're really feeling pain. They're experiencing pain. I'm getting that. That whoever's on this other side is experiencing pain and like they're moving through the motions, but even as they like move to make it better, it hurts. Uh, It hurts. They're gonna nip that in the bud. They're never gonna XYZ again because of the pain that they're experiencing right now. That's fine as long as I wasn't the one that put you in pain, especially intentionally. Go do your thing. Work on however. Some people respond to anguish. They do not like this isolation. They don't like it. Double nine. The space is too much for them. Yeah, I'm hearing the song Lazy Afternoon. There's something that we said to them that they're playing in their head again. Like there's a boomerang here. Something's coming back. So our destiny got swapped or our spot got taken. And there's a stronghold there. And the thing is, we would be in a connection already if they weren't in the burden or commitment that they're in, and they're going to get out. They are going to exit. They're going to hit the eject button wherever they are in their life right now. They're going to say no to it so they can come towards us. And I'm hearing Ayin, Ayin. So something has their teeth into them. They're stuck in something. And that's going to shift, that's going to change. Well, I'm calling it. I'm just calling it, man. Yeah. Okay, so the messages that I'm getting are from the Lord. Excuse me to say that, but that's really true what I'm getting, because there's some kind of Messiah here, and I think it might be a mutual energy. We might be a prophetess, they might be a Messiah, they might be a prophet, we might be a seer, they might be a high priest, we might be a priestess, something like that. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it so strongly. And then it'll just these just come out so many times. The judgment with the sun card means pharaonic bloodlines. It's it Melchizedek number one, but it's a king throughout eternity. That's the Melchizedek. That's a pharaoh. Okay, running clean. Let's move. Oh, nope. Okay, and so this is one of the protectors of that bloodline, and this is the universe reassembling something. Yeah, reassembling the twin flame connection, because there was manipulation here, bondage a little bit, and some energy projection. There was an attempt to swap places or something of that nature, and it's gonna backfire. There was a coup to steal our spot. It's gonna backfire because we're chosen. What had happened is that I'm getting something that's just going different than where the story has been. You know, there was a demonic being, a loser. It's calling them a loser. There was a demonic being, somebody that was fallen, that was able to swap places with one of us in the connection, because they were going to have to go to purgatory and pay off some kind of sin. Because they were two-faced, they were manipulative, they were hiding within some kind of organization, and harming, producing out of turmoil, harming. And they're being starved out because they haven't been able to block our intuition. And what's going to happen is that there's going to be some kind of reaction or reversal or something of that nature. Okay, so they were also, there's something about what we're going to receive in this life, us watching the priestess energy. We have this great destiny. Number one, there's a birthright. Number two, there's a very big spiritual inheritance. Number three, and it involves this person. Yeah, so finally this player is coming in trying to destroy things. I'm seeing a love-hate situation, and it's not from this other person. There's some kind of Judas near them. Somebody is whispering into their ear negative things, but they're taking responsibility, maybe getting rid of this person, and they might not actually be recognizing that this person is dangerous. It might be like they don't like where their life is heading. They don't like the experiences that they're having. They're kind of just cleaning up their group, or they want to be held properly. I don't have the language. It's like they're trimming the fat in their life in general, and it does also include this person, whether they know it or not. Because they're wanting, well, we are wanting the truth. they're putting the plan into wrapping up this ordeal that they've been going through. We have another double 7 here. We have 3 sevens out on the board. With the Justice card, that means any type of demon, any type of criminal, any type of treasonous, trifling, treacherous, tricky, sneaky, reeky, deaky, sideways, seditious, any type of sedity is going to get caught up. There's a contortion field here. So if there's spies, they're going to get exposed here. And we have 2 universal energies of angelic protection with the throne of the divine. Okay, so God comes through on this. And the angel of death, I'm going to leave that there. It doesn't always mean a corpse, a murder, death kill. It could just mean that there's an ego death, a full transformation. Something's actually strict as well. Yeah, this spot is not going to be taken from us, period. It's an over my dead body kind of energy. And then now we have a double 8. So there is a lot of witchery or witchcraft or spell work or manipulation around this. And it's a hidden enemy. Something is watching with a whole bunch of ulterior motives. They literally want to take us up out of our spot. And they're doing root work to do it. Or in some kind of voodoo hoodoo. They're trying to bind, it's not working. Our energy's too great. The binding works for about half a day and then it unravels and it's just not working. And that's a repetitive cycle. And that's when I check. So we have an alert to a physical attack, to some type of manipulation, hidden enemy, and we have an alert to some kind of strategy or an agenda. It doesn't work. We have 100% of the twin flame connection out here with the lovers. There's a new connection coming through. We just need to stay in our energy. The one thing here I would advise is don't switch up the energy. Because when they're ready to get out of this thing that they're in, this burdensome or ordeal or bondage that they're in, it's like, okay, when they're ready to get out of this burden bondage that they're in, they are going to move. Even if we're not there, they're going to move towards somebody. They're going to circle the block for us, but if we appear to be moved on, or we appear to not be available, or we appear to not want it to, they're going to go to somebody. It's like you can spend weeks, months, years with the person, making them better, upgrading them, evolving them, and then the next person they get with, they immediately get married. It's like, for men, it's a timing thing. When they're ready, doesn't matter who they're with, they're going to be ready for the person that they're with. Does that make sense? So we might have been with them before they were ready. That's the example that I'm using. What this is saying is we have to stay in the energy that we're in, which is confusing and second guessing. We're disappointed in second guessing. I'm sorry. We're disappointed and we're second guessing. We have to stay in that energy because it's going to be wrapped up. Things are going to move and they're going to move quickly. By the time that we watch the next 11/11 Divine Lovers series, which is the new moon of, so by the time we go to the Capricorn new moon, something is going to have happened. We're going to be bait up. Empress, we're going to be the Empress by the time the new moon comes in Capricorn. Because the 11/11 is here, the twin flame connection is here. The reason why it's not coming up as the lovers is because we haven't made a mutual choice out loud in the physical, but look. So I'm going to just go one more pace since we're done here. Because I didn't like having all those sevens, but those sevens didn't go away, but one of them got neutered. 2 of them got neutered. So really it's just 1 7. What neuters the 7 of Wands is the Strength card, or the Knight of Wands. So we have the Strength card neutering this Seven of Wands, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles neutering the Seven of Pentacles. I don't like the sevens. It's an alert turn attack. Okay. So it took a long time, but there was a transformation here with the Knight of Pentacles. So they really stood their ground in some kind of way. Yeah, their heart is broken. They really feel torn up, especially with this Ten of Wands, it compounds it. That Ten of Wands compounds it. It's like they have to carry around this broken heart everywhere they go, while we're all happily and sparkly. We're that flame that attracts all the moths. And so they're slowly but surely coming back because they need to make a transformation. Now, to a lesser degree, that could be a Taurus rising or a Venus. Wait, no, excuse me. Mars and Taurus, mainly Mars and Taurus, Taurus rising. Mars and Taurus or Taurus rising. It's true. Yeah, and it's true. Everything I'm saying is super true. God held on to this love for us. Let me just tell you. We have the Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. God held on. This is our person. Magician. That's the right person. This is our kingdom spouse here. Okay. So let's finish this oracle card, Hand of Fatima. Yeah, girl, don't you worry about a thing. That's what I'm hearing. You are giving birth to more spirit than you have ever held before. During such times, the divine midwife can be helpful and supportive. This is Fatima, radiant daughter of the great beloved. Yeah, remember I said she was like a wife or a daughter in Islam. She's one of the few women talked about in the Quran, Fatima. Daughter of the great beloved who reaches from the skies. Excuse me. Wow, I'm being lost in the mystery here. You are giving birth to more spirit than you have ever held on to before. During such times, the divine midwife can be helpful and supportive. This is Fatima, radiant daughter of the great beloved, who reaches from the skies, who reaches up from within your body, from deep within the earth, and brings you the gift of protection, grace, and love. You are safe. You are held and you are bound within her warmth. She has received your prayers and she honors your devotion to life, to love, and to growth. She will help you. Ask her for blessing daily. You can use this simple sacred honoring ritual to do so if you need guidance on how to pray to her. But any words from your heart spoken in authenticity will suffice, no matter how simple or ornate they may be. She responds to the feeling behind the words and she responds instantly. Beyond time and space, in fact, she has responded even now, perhaps before you even knew that she was needed. This oracle brings you the guidance that what is being born in your life right now, in your own consciousness, as a seed, perhaps as a new way of being, a new idea, a belief system, a philosophy, or a sense of self, is going to come to maturity under the love and protection of the Divine Mother, Fatima. You are also being asked to heed your intuition and instincts. Have some discernment about who you involve yourself with and how. Wow, I can't make this stuff up. Oop, 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 oop. And how you choose to use your time and energy. Allow yourself to feel Fatima's guidance and comfort in you by giving yourself permission to be nurtured through your own choices and the people or situations you say yes or no to in your life. This is a way to honor her presence and allow her to help you, which she wishes to do in all the ways possible. Love is all the things you see, dearest angel. Excuse me. Love is all the things you see. Yeah, dearest angel. And that means you can know. Okay, I'm lost. I can't read right now. My channel is too strong. Love is all the things you see, dearest angel. And that means saying no means yes to something greater. So give yourself permission to say your no and yes as directed by the heart. This oracle also brings you the message that your body is sacred and worth your attention. You do not have to become obsessed. You do not have to push or judge your body, but you can honor him or her as a sacred animal through which your spirit creates soul and expresses itself in the world, which is a truly wonderful and amazing gift, extraordinary and yet fraught with challenge. This spirit can be powerful. Sometimes it can be hesitant too, enough to really engage with your body and come to life. Okay. There is a story that the angels sang magic to lure the spirit into the body, but used to its freedom, it was reluctant to experience itself through what looked like a rather confining matter. Oh, this is so true. The spirit did not know that Fatima would be initiating the spirit into her mysteries through the body. She was going to be sharing the sensuality of life, the sacredness of love, the deep mystery of life, death, and rebirth, and the wonders of nature. She was going to show the divine could live not only in light, but also in flesh. That's true, but that's so hard to believe when you're full of spirit. Fatima holds the wilderness of the divine feminine wisdom in the sanctity of life. Fatima holds the wildness of divine feminine wisdom and the sanctity of life. She has great gifts of ecstatic presence, only able to give experience through the spirit living in the body. She will share this if you allow her to guide you. Once the spirit recognizes this, even just gets a whiff of Fatima's glorious fragrance, the enthusiasm for life ignites, and the wonders of the world experienced through the body become a way to revere the great beloved and turn all of life into the temple of love. This oracle comes with the guidance that giving your body rest and healing is most beneficial at this time. There are symptoms you're experiencing, anything from fuzzy headaches to tiredness, aches and pains, as well as shifts in the body's temperature that seem unbalanced. And these are directly related, if not solely, to the interaction with the spiritual essence within your sacred animal body. These will even out, but under Fatima's guidance and protection, like two housemates learning to live together and enhance each other rather than distract and annoy each other with their quirks and differences. This settling in process will happen all the more easily when you ask for Fatima's help. This oracle also advises you to ask for help and protection in any matter. It will be granted. There are no exceptions to this rule. There is nothing you have done that has made you unworthy of divine intervention, grace, and love. Not one thing ever. Ask and receive. Here's the sacred honoring ritual. Place one hand on the heart and one on your belly and say the following. Fatima, who loves me unconditionally, bless me with your hand of protection and all the radiant grace. May I love my body and live my divinity in totality. My spirit is my body is my spirit. There's a Arabic incantation here. I won't say it. But let's go back to the poem. I can never leave you, not for a moment, not for an hour. You are in everything I do. You are my everything. My drink is your sweetness. I move to your command. I am a surrendered prey in your hands, and you are my consuming lion. Your soul and my soul are truly one soul. I swear to our one soul, I long for no one but you. In the gardens of your grace, I am only a germinating sprout. The crown of my blooming is the desire to be in your arms. My hand watches over you. It brings you blessings and comfort, protection, and grace. Radiant with divinity am I, and you are my child, my beloved, my angel, my body too. I shall never leave you. Turn your inner eye to me and see the light of my grace in your heart. You cannot be harmed. You cannot be defiled. You are only ever, you will only ever be what you are, me, alive, radiant with love. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. If anything I said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. Again, my name is Supreme Priestess Abossi. I was your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the Twin Flame Soulmate Connection as part of the 1111 Divine Lover series. We do have the return of a soulmate. This is our match. They're highly, highly, highly qualified, but we've been sitting in some type of confusion and second guessing and disappointment. But the truth comes out at the very end, and we need to actually trust our intuition. Our intuition is telling us to stay or to hold on, but our logical mind is telling us to detach and let go because there's pain. So our heart's not opening up, and we're blocking our spiritual gifts because we need to rest, cleanse, and purify, while the other side is able to return. It's been an honor and a privilege and pleasure to serve you. Let's just say a prayer for all those still lost out there, lost in illusion, delusion, confusion, lost in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, those who are living in misery and bitterment, even those who have chosen a path of sinister evil and wickedness. May you be happy, may you be whole, may you be well, may you be at peace, may you return to the resplendent grace of the divine, fully redeemed in salvation. May your path be ordered, may your steps be, may your path be illuminated, may your steps be ordered as you return back to the universal oneness and unconditional love of the divine. Ho'oponopono, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Until we read again, until we meet again. Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Bye, everyone.